Hey, this is Steve with RV to Cycle. Got a different one going on today. If you don't know what this is, and you have an RV with a flushing toilet system, you're going to want to stay tuned. This hole is where the water was coming out. That's where the leak was. What was happening, if you pushed the lever to flush fully, there was no leak. But if you pushed just to fill the bowl, it would leak out that top hole there. Although you can replace the vacuum breaker by going through that access panel, it's still a bit challenging because the working space is pretty small and the visibility is almost zero. I mean, it's feel as best you can, and then when you get everything back on, you may not have it on all the way and you may have other leaks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the toilet off and replace the vacuum breaker. If you have a wet bath, you will want to make sure that you cover the drain with a piece of duct tape or some other form of tape so that you don't lose any small parts down that hole. First, we're going to take these caps off. That one was pretty easy because you can see how long that bolt is. So let's see if I can. There we go. I was able to remove that with just using my fingernail. So you're going to need a 1/2 inch open end wrench to take these bolts off. Or
that's a closed one.
What we have is a 1/2 inch ratcheting. And there it comes. Nice and easy. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. In preparation, one of the things you're going to need is you're going to need something to go over the hole that will be left when the toilet is removed, because you don't want all those black tank fumes coming up and gagging you. Okay, before we take the toilet off, we will need to disconnect this supply right here. So you could use, as it looks like it's been done here, some channel locks or some pliers. We're going to do that next. As you loosen this, you will want something to catch water. It doesn't have a lot of water in it because your water pump is turned off before you even begin this project. Now that we have this disconnected, we'll be able to lift the toilet up and we'll set it in the floor.
Sure. Let's see how that works.
There's a special tool that's available for removing these. Since I don't have that particular tool, I'm going to choose one of these vice grips. Could actually use some pliers on this or channel locks, but with the vice grips, one of the things that it allows you to do is just lock down and move. So much easier. And then we got one more, which is right there. Not the one that's directly on the toilet. Well, I guess I could do that one, but the one that's closer to the vacuum breaker, that's my target. So coming in at an angle like this, I can get on the clamp, and you can see there we got it. And it doesn't pull. Well, there we go. I had it. There we go. That's off. And you're gonna get a little water, but since it's in the shower basin, not that big a deal.
Because isn't this all getting replaced?
Well, it doesn't have to be. So you could continue to use this hose, but there are 2 other hoses that are supplied. One to replace that and one to replace this. And you know what, as tough as this one is, what you need to do for me, squeeze that, move it to the middle.
What?
Move the clamp. There you go, keep going.
It's the middle of what? I don't understand.
To the middle of the tube.
Okay, that wasn't clear.
Back here closer to my hand. There you go. Alright, now you can let go of the clamp. And this should come off much more easily. Look at that. Don't tell me she's not strong.
There you go.
Okay, we got it. When you get this part, this is to connect your rinse hose, if you've already, like we did, gotten rid of that rinse hose, then just leave this alone. But if you're going to connect the rinse hose, you need to cut the very tip end of that off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some plumber's grease around the two large openings, which will facilitate inserting the hoses. And we're going to go ahead and use the hoses that were used previously because they are the right length and should minimize our risk of leaks. So the first thing we want to do is we want to connect this one back here because it'll be a lot easier to connect that large long hose. Otherwise, here, let me take that out of your way. So, there we go.
There's 2 clamps on there.
Yeah, there's 2. Oh, hang on. Hang on. That one clamp's, yeah, it's in the way. So we didn't have our clamps properly aligned. We need the clamp that's closest, furthest from the toilet needs to go toward the toilet. Here, let's just take this off. Okay, you want to make sure that your clamps are close to the toilet on this one. And now this is a process of push, twist, until you have it as flush
That's not going any further
as possible. So let's see here. She's got it all the way up in there. And then next she will grab that clamp that's closest to the vacuum breaker, squeeze those 2 tabs, and then move it toward the vacuum breaker. So now that that's on, the next thing is going to be to put this guy back up on here. Push, twist, there we go. And then we're going to put some plumber's grease down on that bottom connection. Okay, and now we had some plumber's grease to put on that bottom fitting, which makes attachment of this guy so much easier. The next thing we need to do is we're going to install this toilet gasket right here.
We're not going to put the clamps where they need to go?
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put these 2 clamps where they need to go. So, using the vice grips. Now that we have the clamps on, the next thing we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and put some Teflon tape on this just to help us with our water connection here. And of course, this is an excellent opportunity for you to deep clean around the toilet. A little pro tip, when you put the Teflon tape on, you want to wrap it starting over here and wrapping it around clockwise. That way, when you screw on the connection, it will tighten the Teflon tape rather than loosen it. I guess we need to put a glove on to grab that nasty thing.
Ta-da!
Somebody already has a glove on, so
Ta-da.
you'll grab that nasty thing. I'm gonna reach back here and get the trash bag.
Animal house. Ooh, it's got a bigger.
Oh no, so that one, okay, so
Got a considerably bigger.
goes that way.
That's what I said. I'm assuming that the flangey thing goes down.
Yeah, it goes down. And then that one goes in.
But it doesn't go. I'm assuming it'll get pressed down.
Oh yeah, it will get depressed. That's what keeps all your waste from leaking out into the floor. Tedford recommends attaching the new closet flange seal directly to the base of the toilet. Personally, I've had better sealing success by placing the seal on the flange and then stabbing the toilet into the seal. Choose your preferred method. Now, for those of you who are wondering what it looks like underneath your toilet, that's what it looks like. Kelly was curious. Another pro tip, not only do you want to shut the water off before you begin this process, you also want to make sure that you empty the water that's in your toilet bowl.
Before you tilt it towards you.
before you pick it up and tilt it towards you, because you could see we had a little incident here when I picked it up to show Kelly the underside. The next part, it really will help if you have someone to assist, because what you want to do is you want to get the bolts aligned with the holes, and with the bolts in this position slid all the way away from the access. So here we go. Going nice and easy, and guess what? I can't see squat relative. You're not gonna be able to see it either. You're just gonna have to go by feel. Go backwards. toilet needs to go backward. Okay, so
you're gonna have to come over here. And
yeah.
See if I'm...
So it will be kind of wobbly at first, but that's to be expected. You want a good tight seal. So what you could do is, Kelly, you could sit on the toilet, and I could
well, I'm gonna put the bolts on.
Put the bolts on
Temporarily, or get them loosely.
Yeah, and now what you want to do when you get these on is, rather than tighten one all the way down,
and take this opportunity to straighten it out, because it always bothered me that it was crooked.
yeah, you can straighten it up. But you do want to tighten this one a little bit, then tighten one on the other side, then this and this. So going back and forth.
So what are you going to do?
And you can see right here we have a gap in the front, and that's because she's pushing on the back end of the toilet.
So what happened to our...
So the next thing we need to do, we got to reconnect this guy.
Right. You can stop recording and reconnect.
All right, somebody wants to test it, so we're going to flip the water pump on. There we go. And I'm going to watch back here while somebody flushes the toilet. All right, there you go. Don't want to fill the tank up. Yeah, everything's dry. So this one looks pretty good. And then up here, I think we're good up there as well. Up there would be right up there. Right, now that we've gotten it tightened, snugged up, and we took it nice, slow, and easy, but in the end, the toilet comes in contact with the pan. And we're going to put these little white caps back on. Well, that's it for today's project. As Kelly does a final cleaning of the mess we made, I want to tell you, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, you know where to put those, and there will be links in the video description below. There will be links for the things we used in the description below the video. How's that? You want to say bye?
Bye!